Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 45-minute slow flow practice to help you really slow down the pace, especially during the summer season. It's good to take some time to just slow things down and give our bodies the reset and nourishment that we're needing. So let's come on to your backs. To begin, just making your way down. You can come into a Shavasana to begin, extending the legs long and tucking your shoulders under. And let's take 3 deep grounding breaths here, breathing in through the nose and exhale, sigh it out. 2 more like that, breathing in through the nose and exhale to sigh it out. And one more time, breathing in through the nose. And exhale to sigh it out. Good. Let's begin to draw the right knee up and land the sole of the right foot down. And just begin to cactus the arms here. Tuck the shoulders under. And then begin to slowly scoop your tailbone forward and lift the hips. You can ground your left heel and then curl the spine all the way down. Let's go 2 more like that, pressing up nice and slow. Your left leg is extended. You can flex the left toes up towards the sky. And 1 more like that, just pressing up. Let's hold at the top and breathe. Let your shoulders soften. And exhale, curling the spine down, letting the tailbone come last. Let's draw the right knee in, give it a nice squeeze. And just bring your left hand to thigh and take some gentle circles into that right hip, drawing the knee out and back through center, keeping the left hip rooted down here. And then beginning to guide that right knee over to the left. Coming into a supine twist, reaching the left hand to the right thigh and bringing your right arm out to a half T or to cactus, gently tucking your tailbone towards that left heel and just landing here in this nice twist, just not forcing anything, but noticing what is showing up in your body. If there's tension, just turning a smile, recognizing it for what it is, and then softening on that left side and just letting yourself rest in this shape from a place of compassion, a place of nourishment, feeling the breath moving in through the nose, and feeling the breath releasing, the body softening with each exhale. And your gaze can either be up towards the sky or over that right shoulder. And seeing what it feels like to draw the breath towards any areas of tension, just lightly. Beginning to draw your gaze back to center. Let's draw that right knee back in towards your right shoulder. Give it a nice squeeze in as you come onto your spine. Begin to bring the sole of your right foot to the inner edge of your left thigh. Draw that right knee out as you cactus the arms and flex your left toes up towards the sky. Taking a few deep breaths here. And let the shoulders be supported by the earth beneath you. And keep drawing the breath into the belly or towards the belly or just wherever the breath is flowing smoothly through your body. Feeling where the breath is flowing effortlessly through you. Good. Let's draw that right knee up. You can extend the right leg long, reach the arms overhead, and then begin to walk the feet to the bottom left corner of your mat. Option to cross your right ankle over left, or just keep it beside, and then you're bringing the shoulders to the top left corner. Coming into Bananasana, nice side stretch on that right side, reaching for the right wrist or for opposite elbows. Wherever you are in the bind with the hands, just making sure the shoulders, both shoulders are dropping down, and then you're dropping that right hip down and breathing into the right side, wrapping the breath around the back of the right rib cage. And feeling this nice opening on the right side body. And feeling your hips gently softening as they feel into the earth beneath them. And gently release the bind of your hands or elbows, unravel the ankles, and walk yourself back through center. You can lower the arms alongside the body here and just take a deep inhale in. Full exhale out. And let's draw that right knee into shoulder, give it a squeeze in. And either you can extend the right leg, and option one, you're bringing your right hand to your calf and then opening that leg out. Option two, your right hand can come to the outer edge of your right foot and then you're opening that leg out. Drop your right shoulder down and back and push out with the sole of your right foot so you get a bit of activation around that right hip, as well as opening through the inner right side of the leg. You can also have a gentle bend in that right knee, any amount, activating the right quad, staying with your breath here. Always breathing from a resource place. And then gently release. You can bend that right knee, come into a half happy baby. Sole of the foot comes up towards the sky. You're either keeping your hand on the outer edge of your right foot or bringing peace fingers around your left big toe. Drop your right shoulder down. Press forward with your left foot and breathe for 5 more breaths. And just noticing any gentle movements that are happening in the body here. Beginning to release that right leg down, coming into a short shavasana, just noticing how the right side feels compared to the left. Just the sensations without thinking about it too much, just dropping into the actual physical feeling of the body. And then beginning to bend the left knee, land the sole of the foot down. Keep the right leg extended and begin to scoop the tailbone forward and up as you lift the hips, cactus the arms, and then curl all the way down. Good, let's go 4 more. Pressing into that left foot and curling down. And just staying with your breath here, breathing in through the nose. Good, let's go 1 more here, pressing into the sole of the left foot, lifting and breathing, holding at the top. Let the shoulders relax down, press into the back of the head. And slowly curling the spine down. Let's draw that left knee in towards the shoulder. Give it a gentle squeeze in, take a big inhale. Full exhale. And just bring your left hand to the left knee as you take some circles. Right hand can rest on your right thigh. So just getting some gentle opening in that left hip with some movement. Try to keep your right hip rooted on the mat here. Rolling the shoulders back, the chest is open, and the breath continues to flow. Good. And then beginning to draw that left knee over to the right. Let's reach to the outer edge of your left knee with the right hand, guiding the knee over as you extend your left arm to a half T or to cactus, whichever you did on the other side, and letting your right side body be heavy, and then noticing if there's any tension, just being aware of where that is and positioning yourself so that the breath can stay fluid. You really want the hips to be stacked here so you're not twisting from the low back, always getting the twist from the thoracic spine, never from below the navel. And so the stacking of the hips can really help with that. Gentle tuck of your tailbone and softening on that right side. And gaze is either up towards the sky or over that left shoulder. And just taking a couple more breaths here, feeling the backs of the shoulders supported by the earth. The breath continues to flow deep into the belly, or in its natural rhythm wherever it's moving. Letting the breath be fluid, and then drawing your gaze back to center. Let's draw the left knee back towards the shoulder. Give it a gentle squeeze in as you come onto your spine. And then begin to bring the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Letting your left knee come out and cactusing the arms here, getting a nice stretch on the inner part of that left adductor. And just feeling the tailbone gently curling forward, noticing how that creates more of a stretch, more of an opening, and drawing the breath towards that inner left hip. And letting the wrists be soft here, letting the fingers curl or wiggle to release tension in the wrists. Beginning to draw that left knee up. You can draw the knee in towards your chest or shoulder, bringing the hands around the shin. And let's begin to either extend that left knee and then you're reaching for the calf with your left hand, or you're reaching for the outer edge of your left foot with your left hand and opening that left leg out to the left as you press forward with the sole of your right foot. Right arm reaches out to a half T, and you're feeling this activation in the left hip, in the left quad. The knee can be bent on that left side as well. Let the shoulders roll down the back body and continue to breathe, always coming back to your breath. Good. Trying to drop that right hip down. It might also feel good to bring your right hand on top of your right thigh. Beginning to bend that left knee. Let's come all the way into a half happy baby. So you're coming onto your back and you're either keeping the left hand on the outer edge of your left foot, or peace fingers will come around your left big toe. And just softening down here, letting that left knee drop down, roll the shoulders back. Feeling the nourishment of your breath as the tailbone lengthens long. Letting that right leg soften. And gently releasing into a short shavasana, tucking the shoulders under. And beginning to walk the feet over to the right. Option to cross your left ankle over the right and bringing your shoulders to the top right corner. Either reaching for that left wrist or for opposite elbows. You can also have your right arm down alongside your body if it feels too much to reach overhead. Again, my cues are always just a guide, so I really invite you to tap into the nourishment and movements of your body by the intuitive senses that are coming up in your body. You know what is good for you, and you are just as much a part of this practice as you are doing it in the way that is best for you. So letting your shoulders soften, getting this nice opening on the left side of your body. And tacking your left hip down, that left shoulder is grounded, noticing the ground beneath you, the ground supporting you. Gentle release of your bind with the hands. You can unravel the ankles and slowly walk the feet back to center. Bring your head and spine back to center and take a deep inhale in through the nose. And exhale, side out. Good. Let's begin to ground the soles of the feet. You can scoop your tailbone forward, root into the backs of the arms, and as you exhale, press into the soles of the feet and lift your hips, coming into little bridge. Gentle tuck of the chin, lifting those hips high, maybe pulling the heels back to feel a bit of activation in the hamstrings. Weight comes to the inner edges of the feet. And slowly beginning to curl the spine one vertebrae at a time, all the way down, letting the tailbone come last. Extending the legs out long, reach the arms overhead, big inhale. And as you exhale, reach the arms forward and curl yourself up. Arms reach high, big inhale. And exhale, bring your hands to heart. If your feet have come off the mat like mine have, you can press your hips back and just come into Dandasana. Grounding the palms on either side of your hips, roll the shoulders back, spine is tall. Toes flex towards the sky, roll the shoulders back as your heart stays open. Feel your sit bones dropping down, your tailbone dropping down, and your spine lifting tall. So you get that heaven to earth connection. Rooted in the sit bones and lengthening up the spine. Breath continues to flow here. Good. Let's begin to angle your left shin and leg out to the left. Bend your right knee and bring the sole of the foot to the inner left thigh. And you're turning your chest and torso over that left leg. You can draw your right knee down by bringing awareness there and pressing it down. Lengthen your spine and keeping a long spine. Let your heart lead the way forward, flexing your left toes. Let the shoulders soften. And you do not have to come as low as I come. Maybe you do, bringing your nose to knee. You can also have a gentle bend in that left knee, getting that belly to thigh connection. So finding where you are in this shape, but always keeping the chest open and the spine in its neutral shape so you're not rounding in the upper back. And wherever you are, a few more breaths here. Feeling that nice opening on the back of your right side. Deep QL stretch back there. Slow your breathing even more. And as you inhale, begin to tuck your tailbone and curl the spine all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Let's reach your right arm high. Big inhale, lift the gaze, and exhale, land your right hand back. Gaze follows your fingertips, so we're getting the neck mobility in here. Ground into your right shin and inner edge of left foot. Push into your right palm and lift the hips, reaching your left arm overhead. Press into the outer edge of your left foot and push into your right shin as you lift your heart high. Maybe letting the gaze come back towards your left fingertips. Wiggle those fingers, let the wrists be soft. And exhale, tap the sit bone down. Good. Let's extend that right leg out towards the top right corner of your mat, bending into your left knee, bringing the sole of the foot to your inner left thigh. Pressing your left knee down, you're turning your chest and torso over that right leg. Your right knee can have a gentle bend, or you can keep it extended. Again, finding what feels right for you. Hinging from your hips. So even if you're up here and this is good, just feeling this nice opening on the back of that right leg while your spine is in neutral, think of activating your right hip flexor and quad. So anytime we want to open a muscle, we activate the opposite. So we're opening the hamstrings here. And the flexing of the toes helps to protect the knee joints. So wherever you are, and it isn't about going the deepest, it's a journey to get there. I was not here when I first started, so having compassion for yourself wherever you are, Remembering it's a practice and finding joy in this moment of being exactly where you are. What is the joy of being where you are? What does it feel like? Remembering you are enough exactly as you are, letting go of any illusions and any falsities that say otherwise. It's not true. Your true essence is enough as you are, and your practice unfolding exactly where you are as you are is enough. Giving yourself grace for showing up and tending to yourself. Beginning to tuck the tailbone and curl the spine all the way up. Good, let's reach that left arm high. Lift the gaze and land your left hand back behind. Come on to the inner edge of your left shin and right foot as you sweep your right arm overhead. Lift your hips, lift your heart. Maybe letting the gaze come all the way back to your right fingertips as you press your left palm down and push to the outer edge of your right foot. Breathing nice and deep here. Roll your shoulders back, activate behind the heart space to support the neck. And exhale, tapping the sit bones down. Good work. Let's bring your left shin out in front. Bring both legs back in front. As you inhale, let's reach the arms high. Begin to bend the knees, come onto the heels and melt over the thighs, reaching for the outer edges of the feet. And then walk your heels forward any amount while keeping the spine in neutral. So belly to thigh connection, that will keep your spine in neutral. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. If you're here, that's great. If you can get your heels forward more, that's good too. And then beginning to slowly lower down, bringing your nose towards your knee, any amount. And again, we don't want this rounding. So if you're rounding here, come up, bend the knees, and come forward to get that belly to thigh connection. And then maybe try pulling the heels back and lifting the heart to get more activation on the back body, feeling your hamstrings activate, and then coming into a deeper variation. It's that activation of those muscles that we want to open that allows them to soften a bit if we want to create more of a stretch. It just helps them to, warm up and recognize that it's safe to go a little bit deeper. But we need that activation first, especially if they're feeling quite tense. And then beginning to curl your spine all the way up. Beginning to bend the knees, coming onto the soles of the feet, walking the hands forward, and beginning to melt forward into a forward fold, reaching for opposite elbows, just letting your head and torso be heavy here. Weight will come to the inner edges of the feet. Beginning to curl your spine all the way up, nice and slow. Head and neck will come last as you inhale, reach the arms high, lift your gaze. Lift your heart, Urdhva Hastasana, palms meet. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, Uttanasana. Knees can bend as much as needed to get that belly to thigh connection. Come all the way down. Take an inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Fingers to shins or on the earth. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, ground your palms. Step your right leg back and lower to the right knee. Let's shift back on the left heel and just begin to bend and extend that left knee, rolling your shoulders back, keeping your heart open, keeping the breath continuing to move here. And then beginning to come all the way back into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Press into that left heel, pull it back as you lengthen the spine, and then melt forward over that left thigh any amount. And if it feels good, you can release the pressing of the heel. Keep the activation of your left quad. And as you inhale, begin to lift your chest forward. Let's bend into your left knee, ground your right palm, and reach your left arm high, lifting the gaze, lengthen the neck, push into your right hand so you're not dumping weight in that right shoulder, and exhale, lower your left hand down. Inhale, reach the arms alongside the ears. Activate the right glute as you lift your heart. Let the shoulders soften. Pull your left heel back and pull your right knee forward as you activate your right glute. And then activate all the way up the spine for a gentle back bend. And exhale, lower your hands down. Tuck your right toes, lift the knee, and slowly draw that left foot back to downward facing dog. Pressing the mat forward as you bend one knee and then the other. Rocking your hips side to side. Ground into your thumbs and turn your biceps out. And then begin to rock the head from side to side, keeping the neck long, keeping the breath smooth. As you inhale, begin to ripple the spine forward to your plank. And bring your left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. On the sole of the foot, coming into lizard lunge, you can lower that right knee. Roll your shoulders back and just begin to draw your heel to right glute and tap it down. Yeah, getting a bit into that right hamstring. Good. Last one here. Hugging that right heel in. You can point the toes, reach your left arm high. Maybe reaching it back for that right heel and bending into that left elbow as you tuck your tailbone, keep the glute strong and press into your right hand as you open your heart to the left. Maybe turning your gaze up and over that left shoulder. And gentle release of your right foot. Reach that left arm up and over, landing the hand down. You can tuck your right toes, lift the knee, and just begin to extend your left knee and bend. Extending the left knee and bending, moving nice and slow here. Pressing into both hands, ground into that left heel. Last time, let's begin to bend into that left knee. And then begin to float your right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. So weight comes into that left foot, you're floating that right foot to the outer edge as you come into Malasana. Bringing hands to heart. Take an inhale in. Full exhale. Let the shoulders roll back, grounding into all four corners of your feet. Lifting your spine nice and tall, maybe rocking from side to side. And then beginning to root into the heels and slowly with control, pressing yourself all the way up. Reaching the arms up overhead, big inhale. Lift your chest, gentle back bend, engage your glutes. And exhale, bring your hands to heart. Let's heel toe the feet hip width. And come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach high, spread through all four corners of your feet. Ground yourself and soften in the knees. Exhale, hinge forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, slowly step that left leg back. Lower to your left knee. And just begin to shift back and forth on your right heel, keeping the chest nice and open here, shoulders rolling back. Breathing in through the nose. And either exhaling, audible exhale out through the mouth or through the nose. And then coming all the way back into your Ardha Hanumanasana, grounding into that right heel, pull it back as you lengthen the spine so the heel is rooted, and then as you draw it back, you'll feel activation on the right hamstring. And then beginning to melt the heart forward any amount, let the shoulders soften. Good. Staying connected with your breathing here. And as you inhale, begin to lengthen the spine, bending into that right knee. Begin to reach the arms up alongside the ears as you engage your left glute, lift your chest, pull your right heel back and draw your left knee forward and activate the spine for this gentle back bend. Gentle tuck of the tailbone, soften in the shoulders, feel the stability beneath you as you use the force of the ground in that left knee and right foot to create strength and stability. Good. As you exhale, let's lower that left hand down, reach that right arm high, lift your gaze up to right fingertips, push into that left palm. And exhale, lower that right hand down. Tuck your left toes, lift the knee, and draw that right foot back to downward facing dog. Pressing the mat forward, bending one knee and then the other, rocking the hips from side to side. Ground your thumbs and index knuckle. And as you inhale, begin to ripple forward to your plank. Let's step the right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. Coming into your lizard lunge, lower to that left knee. Roll your shoulders back and just begin to hug that left heel to glute and then tap the toes. Draw that left heel in and tap so you feel a bit of activation on that left hamstring. Your chest opens. Breath continues to flow here. Feel your hands rooted into the earth. Good. Last one here. Nice work. Beginning to hug that left heel in. Let's reach that right arm high. Big inhale. Lift the gaze. Reach back with that right hand for the left foot if that feels right for your practice, tucking the tailbone, or you can just stay here. Wherever you are, pushing into that left hand and then turning your chest to the right. Pull your right heel back and keep hugging left hamstring towards hugging left heel towards your glute. Maybe turning the gaze all the way back and over that right shoulder. And as you inhale, let's reach that right arm high. And exhale, land the right hand, inner edge of your right foot. Tuck the left toes and lift the knee. And just begin to bend and extend your right knee. Bending and extending. Good. Last couple here. And then beginning to bend back all the way into that right knee. Weight comes into the right foot. Begin to float your left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. Bending the knees for Malasana. Bringing the hands to the inner edges of the knees as you press the palms together. Slow the breath. And pressing into both feet as you rise up nice and slow. Big inhale, reaching the arms high, grounding into the feet. Lift your chest, lift the gaze, engage your glutes, gentle back bend, open through the front of the body. Tuck your tailbone, press the hips forward. And exhale, hands to heart. Heel toe the feet towards each other. Take an inhale in, arms reach high. And exhale, hinging from the hips, bend the knees as much as needed, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, ground the palms, step to your plank pose. Begin to lift the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Slowing your breath, ground your knuckles. Let's begin to ripple the spine forward to your plank. Land your right foot between your hands. Beginning to walk the hands over to the left. Nice and slow as you pivot your left heel down and turn your right toes in. You're coming into a wide-legged stance. Lengthen the spine and exhale, forward fold. Maybe walking the hands back to be in line with the heels and lifting the hips high. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears. Wherever you are, even if you're here with the fingertips down, your spine is long, so you're just not rounding here. So think of lifting the tailbone slightly towards the sky and rolling the shoulders back. Keeping all the natural curves in the spine, pressing the feet apart. Prasarita Padottanasana A. Feel the spine strengthening as it reaches towards the earth and you're pressing the feet apart. Your hip flexors are activated. Good, and then beginning to come back with the hands under the shoulders. Take an inhale to lengthen. And an exhale, let's walk the hands towards your left foot. Pivot your left toes to the back edge of the mat. Rise off your right heel and lower your right knee. Ground your right palm and reach your left arm high. Gaze up to left fingertips. And exhale, lower your left hand. Let's reach the arms alongside the ears for low lunge. Lift your heart, activate the right glute. And exhale, lower the hands down. Let's begin to heel toe that left foot towards your right thumb. Begin to tap your left knee down towards the mat any amount, and then begin to lift it up and tap it down. Staying connected to your breath with each movement. Last time here, let's lower that left knee. You're coming into pigeon pose. So either keeping the shin parallel to the short edge of the mat in front, or you're angling the shin and pointing the toes. Wherever you are, press into your left knee, so the outer edge of your left knee, and then begin to reach back with your right foot and just notice where that right leg is in space. Beginning to melt forward over that left shin any amount. 5 breaths here. Staying with your breath and noticing if the breath is really intense, it just means you need to come out slightly. So finding what feels aligned in your body. This is your practice, and this is a nourishing practice. And to get the nourishment we need to have the breath fluid. And then beginning to come back up onto the hands, nice and slow. Let's tuck the right toes, lift the knee, and begin to sweep that left leg back and up for 3-legged dog. Bending into your left knee, stack the hip over the right. Press forward with both hands and spread your fingers wide so you get that stability in your shoulders. And exhale, lower the left foot down. Take an inhale in. Full exhale out. Good. Beginning to gaze to thumbs. Let's draw the left foot in between the hands. Begin to slowly walk the hands over to the right. Pivot your right heel down and pivot your left toes in. You're coming back into your wide-legged stance. Press the feet apart, lengthen the spine, and exhale, melt forward. Second set, Prasarita Padottanasana A. Your knees can be bent slightly. Your hands can walk back to be in line with the heels, or they can stay under your shoulders, or you can stay up on your fingertips. And just noticing where the hips are in space. Notice if you're dropping one hip versus the other, just with awareness, and see if you can maybe bring the hips level, dropping that right hip down, or if the left hip is lifted, dropping that left hip down slightly. Last few breaths, just noticing always where your body is in space. And then beginning to walk the hands back under the shoulders, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Begin to slowly walk the hands towards your right foot. Pivot your right toes forward, rise off your left heel, bend your right knee and lower the left knee down. Reach the arms alongside your ears, Anjaneyasana. Lift the chest, engage your left glute, stay with your breath, soften the shoulders. I nourish myself with my breath. Good. As you exhale, lower the hands down. Let's heel toe the right foot towards your left thumb and begin to tap your right knee down towards the ground, any amount. And then begin to lift and tap it down. So preparing for that external opening of that right hip in pigeon. And then beginning to slowly lower that right knee. The shin is either parallel to the short edge of the mat, or you're bringing it at an angle and pointing the toes. Shifting back on the left knee, and then noticing where that back leg is in space, and finding where you are in this shape as you press your right knee down. So you get a bit of activation. And What the activation does is it does create the lasting change in the muscle when we can activate it in different ranges. So versus stretching passively, and bringing the breath towards this activation as well, creating more mobility and more options to move. So maybe coming onto your forearms, keeping the spine long so we're not super rounded. If you're rounded, just come up. You'll also notice the breath here if you're really rounded. We want to keep the chest open. Few more breaths wherever you are. And beginning to come up onto the hands. Let's tuck the left toes, lift the knee, and sweep that right leg back and up for three-legged dog. Grounding that left heel, bend your right knee and stack your hip over the left as you press forward with both hands. And exhale, lower that right foot down. Good, begin to ripple the spine forward to your plank. Begin to lower to the knees. And bring the knees wide, big toes to touch, hips come to the heels. Third eye comes down towards the ground. You can stay here with your arms out long, or bring the palms together and draw the thumbs to the nape of the neck as you walk the elbows forward. Hips draw back to heels, shoulders soften, and breath continues to be stable and fluid. Sides of the waist are long. It might feel good if the hips are feeling quite lifted. Maybe activate behind the knees. So bring a bit of activation as you squeeze your calves to hamstrings, drawing the hips back and then lengthening through the sides of the waist. If that feels good, or if you're happy where you are, just be where you are and come back to your breath. And feel the breath wrapping around the back of your lungs. The low ribs gently draw in, and this helps to shift the breath around the body laterally. And reaching the arms forward, beginning to slowly walk the hands back towards the knees as you curl the spine up. Nice and slow. Let's bring the knees together to touch. And coming to just keep the tops of the feet rooted down as you inhale, reach the arms high. Squeeze the inner thighs together and exhale, twist to the left. Ground your left palm, push into your shins and lift your hips as you reach your right arm overhead. Lift your heart, roll the shoulders back and press firmly into that left hand. Maybe gaze follows towards your right fingertips. And exhale, slowly release. Good, let's come to the other side. Inhale, reach your left arm high. Right arm comes back behind. Ground the right hand. Lift your hips, engaging glutes. Press into the shins and reach your left arm overhead. Maybe letting the gaze come back to those left fingertips as you ground into all 5 of your right knuckles. Let the breath flow here. Drawing the breath in towards that right shoulder. And as you exhale, slowly lower the hips down. Nice work. Let's bring the feet out to the left. Come onto your sit bones. Just shift the hips forward so you have space to curl down. Ground into the soles of the feet. Reach the arms forward. Scoop your tailbone and curl one vertebrae at a time. Breathe as you come down. Moving with awareness, letting your shoulders come before your neck, before your head. Good. Let's draw the knees in towards the shoulders and bring either peace fingers around your big toes or reach for the outer edges of your feet. You're coming into Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Wiggle the toes, lengthen your tailbone long, let your shoulders soften. Good. And slowly begin to release your feet and extend your legs out long for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Making any necessary adjustments to make yourself comfortable here. Letting those shoulders drop down a bit more as you roll your thumbs down. So the thumbnails root down, the palms open, the fingertips curl in, and just feel this gentle opening across the front of your shoulders and arms and chest. And then drawing awareness to your spine. And feel your spine slowly dropping down towards the ground. Letting yourself be deeply supported here. Giving yourself this time to allow your practice to integrate, to allow the nourishment of every movement, of every breath to infuse through your cells. Always bringing your awareness back to your breath. And bringing your awareness back to the support that is always beneath you. And just feeling the calves heavy, the hips heavy. By staying fully present from head to toe. Bringing your awareness back to the earth, back to the spine, back to your breath. Let's all take a deep inhale in through the nose. And full exhale. Sighing it out. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. And 1 more time here, breathing in through the nose. Now I invite you to stay in this Shavasana for as long as you need. I hope you're feeling nourished and supported and grounded after this nourishing slow flow practice. Namaste.